What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The 3rd of May. We're taking a look here at Aerodrome Finance. It is Friday morning. Ticker symbol AEROUSD. This will be Aerodrome / the United States dollar. This will be a daily chart we're looking at, and the data will be from Coinbase. If you are interested in buying Aerodrome, Coinbase is a good option. Guys, Aerodrome currently sitting down 3.82%. It looks like this early Friday morning. Running out of a little bit of steam here this Friday. We'll see how the day goes. So we didn't quite hit the 128 level yesterday. We hit a high of 125, it looks like. We have resistance at 128, 136, 76. Those are both above the market. So we're going to talk about a couple things here on the chart. Welcome to the channel, all of the subscribers. Appreciate you guys. So we have a very good support area. Very good. I was surprised to see it work so well. 85. Let's see here. 84, 494, 85, 200. That's this white and red line right here. That support came in on the 30th of April. We were up in this level. We were just below 128. I think it was on Monday. And I said, look, there's a chance that we could actually trade all the way down to 85. We'll see. That's my next area of support. It correlates also with these highs over here, the old resistance that broke out. Well, we had a big double-digit down day. We traded just below that. We tested it twice on the 3-minute time frame, and then the markets took off like a rocket to the upside. So that was very nice to see. Basically 47, give or take, % move off of that support. So, I mean, that is the beauty of the markets and these levels here I have on the charts. So let's fast forward to today. It's Friday the 3rd. What is in store for us here? Well, potentially these markets are running out of steam here, and we'll know pretty quick. If this sell-off here starts to really gain momentum. We could be in for a retest of the lows, if not putting in lower lows, and that would mean below the 85.20. We'll see. There's a lot of room here for this markets to pull back and print a higher low and then actually continue its uptrend. We'll see, though. Like I said, we're going to drop over to Bitcoin. The Bitcoin looking not so good. Doesn't mean it won't recover. It just doesn't look so good. It sold off the other day. It broke bearish, which is to the downside. The odds flip of the markets actually heading lower to sideways than they do higher right now because of that bearish break. And the same goes here for Aerodrome. Once we broke below the 136,764 area, that was this green dotted line here. We were talking about that. So once the markets broke that, it was really not that good. And we're really just getting a back test right now. So this little rally could be over, short-lived. So we got the break lower. We're back testing. So this will be the bullish scenario. Let's talk about that real quick. Any kind of a pullback here, we want to see stop somewhere above the lows. So we want to see it stop somewhere above like 85.20. We don't want to undercut those lows. That would not be bullish. That would continue the bearish trend, which overall, this is in a bearish trend right now. But if you're a bull, that's what you want to see. You want to see the markets pull back somewhere within this range and then continue another trend into a higher high. So that would be a change in trend back to the upside. So right now we are in a downtrend, and a change in trend to the upside would be printing a higher high and then onto, or a higher low, excuse me, and then into a higher high. That's one scenario that could play out. Another scenario that probably won't take place, but we'll discuss it real quick since we're on this subject of a change in trend would be basically if we just rocket out of here and basically take out the 183 level. So that would be like this red line right here. If we just rocket out of here today and take out the 183 level, that would be very bullish as well. And we didn't experience much of a pullback. So that's possible, but I don't think that will take place. More than likely, if this thing is ready for a change in trend, we'll pull back, we'll print a higher low, and the markets will also then begin to rally. We'll print a higher high, and we'll have a change in trend back to the upside from the current state, which is to the downside. So we have resistance coming in here right around that 128. We didn't quite get there. We'll see if we get there. We could actually trade all the way up to 136, which is the original breakdown zone before finding resistance and rolling over. So just that's a couple of different scenarios there. Let's talk about if we do start to really trade lower in a aggressive fashion. Let's talk about more potential support areas for Aerodrome. So we have a new level here on the chart, 79,630. So 79,630, it's in purple. I put the price, the numbers on the chart on the right-hand side, 79,630 USD right here in purple. So that is a line in the sand. It's a first level of support. If these markets continue lower, we could potentially find support at that level. That would be an undercut of the lows of the 30th of April. Real quick though, sometimes you'll see this. Sometimes you'll see a market undercut a major low or break out past a major high, and that'll end up failing, and the markets will actually turn in the opposite direction. So it's basically like a double bottom. It's a shakeout. So we could see that scenario that we just talked about take place. We trade lower, we undercut the lows at 85.20, we trade basically down to 79,630, and then the markets actually reverse and take off like a rocket. So although it is a bearish break to the downside, it's not 100% guaranteed that the markets are going to continue way lower if that major low is broken. The odds favor that, but there is times where it's just a shakeout and it actually is a area where the trend will change in the opposite direction. We'll see that to the upside sometimes. Here's an example right here for Aerodrome. So right here, guys, we have right here, the markets broke up past our most recent highs inside day, and that was the end of the trend higher. So this day right here, the date on that was the 12th of April. We broke out past our major highs here for Aero and did not hold, and that was the end of the trend to the upside, and the trend flipped back to the downside. So if you flip that on its head, we can see that breaking lower and then actually continuing higher. So it's possible. Keep that in mind. A lot of things could happen here in the market. It's not just like guaranteed this, guaranteed that, black or white. Talking about another price level below the market. So we have the 79,630. That's in purple. We also have one well below that at 61,275. That's 0.61275. Way down here, it's in purple. Here's the price, 61,275 USD. So obviously, that would be undercutting 85,2079,630 and taking us back down to 61,275, and that would really bring this trend back to the downside. Is it going to happen? Time will tell. We're not there yet. Can it happen in a day? Of course it could. Things got to get really bad for that to take place, but it's a line in the sand. If we did sell off and we're around that level, I would expect a bounce of some sorts of support at that 61,275. It was also previous support back in here on the 17th of March, as well as the 16th of March. You can see the markets pull back in the spacing structure, started to break out, and then they went on for a very nice rally. What does that sell-off look like if current market prices are $1.15? Let's see, that first level of support, new support in purple, 79,630 is going to take your markets down about 30%, almost 31%. For support number 1, support number 2 down there at like 61,275 is going to take you down about 46 or so percent lower. So we'll see what happens here, guys. Keeping an eye on Bitcoin. Keep in mind, the overall trend of this chart now is bearish. We have a little bit of work to do before continuing bullish. Sometimes, like I said, these levels of support can act as support for a period of time. That period of time can be the bottom. The period of time can just be a couple days, a couple hours. These levels are good for like the trader or someone looking to get into or add to a position, but understand that the overall trend right now has broken bearish. So if you think 85.20 is the bottom and you're going to put your head in the sand and, you can be surprised if you come back and that price did not hold. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So real quick, before we jump off this chart, the new prices are 79,630, 61,275. Those are the new charts that were not in yesterday's video. Let me know all your thoughts on Aerodrome Finance down in the comments. We're going to jump over to Bitcoin right now, guys. BTC USD. This will also be a Coinbase where the price data is from here for this Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin broke quite bearish on the 30th as well as the 1st of May. We have a little back test here. We didn't quite get up to 6205.47. We're getting some pushback. So we'll see if this can gain some steam too. Bitcoin, I could tell you this, has a lot of work to do before me personally can get bullish once again. If anything, it's fading and it looks like it wants to trade sideways to lower, maybe putting in some new lows. We'll see though. We will see. I'm not biased one way or the other, but the charts are breaking to the downside. At some point, it will flip back to the upside, but it doesn't seem like right now. The cryptocurrency fear and greed is starting to move back to the downside. We're basically in the neutral zone. We're at 48. We're just below the center mark at 50. So there really isn't a lot of bullishness, or there isn't a lot of bearishness right now, but we are starting to tick towards that fear area. So just keep that in mind. That's the crypto fear and greed index. Guys, thanks for watching. If you are not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so. Go check out the Pangolin video that was put out last night. I'll leave a timestamp on this video. Probably the upper right, it'll pop up. Go ahead and check that out. PNG starting to break out bullish. We'll see if it holds. Thanks for watching, guys. All links down below. It does help support the channel. You guys have a great Friday. Take care.